What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. It's on the left side here. We have Melodious going up against Chimera Azamina Fiends on the right side here. Before we dive on in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, help channel a lot. We're on the road to 10K and we have support. We are going to be seeing the Chimera deck end up winning the die roll here, going to be able to go first. We are playing on the right side as well, I should mention. This is going to be our first time playing Chimera. So if you guys have definitely see any ways we can play differently, let us know in the comment section down below. We're going to be normal summoning a Gazelle, activating the effect, allowing us to search for a level 5 or the Chimera Fusion, being the Fiend. At one point in the day, somebody asked me, can I search level 5 or higher Fiends? Because you just like normal summon, search Engraver. And I was like, no, we can't do that. But that would have been absolutely crazy. We're going to be seeing the Chimera Fusion being searched off this. We're then going to activate the Chimera Fusion using itself alongside an Engraver to go up into the copy of the Bephermat. Then we're going to be seeing the Bephermat as well as the Gazelle. And Gazelle is going to be an absolutely crazy card. Not only does it search for one of the two pieces on summon, it also has the effect that it can search for an illusion monster, which is absolutely crazy. You know, this card reminds me of Mogi, and the cards, like, I just love these cards. These cards, like, do normal summons, and then, of course, get something on the normal summon, and then get the effect when they're used for whatever they're trying to be going for. It's just awesome. So we're going to see a search for the Elzet Azamina. This card's absolutely busted out of Supreme Darkness, one of the newest sets that we are receiving, and we're going to be dumping from the deck the copy of Necrom. This is going to get allowing us access to the to our copy of the Evil Justic Gold, which is going to be a light fiend. We're also going to be then summoning out the Azamina by revealing it in our hand. We do add back the Chimera Fusion prior to going into this. The Regina here, we're going to be using the Elzet to fusion summon, letting us summon out the Moa Regina here, and this is going to allow us to bring back out the Elzet, and we do use a level 6 fiend, which is going to be the Bephermat. We're going to be seeing the Elzet summoning herself out. Then we're going up into a Synchro, being a light and dark Chaos Angel. So we have our first, air quotes, boss monster on the field. This is also going to give us an additional search with the Elzet, being for a Sinful Spoils card. Very nice all-off one card so far. And then, of course, having a level 5 Fiend in our hand. This isn't going to be a level 5. It has to be a Fiend monster, honestly. We're going to be then searching for a copy of the Sinful Spoils of the White Forest. And then we're going to activate a Wanted. Wanted is going to then be able to let us search our Diabellstar. Diabellstar can send the Chimera Fusion to the graveyard, allowing us to set the Deception. Deception is going to activate, sending the copy of Diabellstar to the graveyard now. Then we search for the Howlet Azamina. And now we have access to more Azamina cards. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. The Azamina cards are absolutely busted. I cannot believe that it took us so long to start playing these cards again. Honestly, I love these cards so much. We're going to see the Howlet Azamina sending the copy of Deception, allowing us to summon with the copy of the Bat. We're going to see the Bat can activate the effect, allowing us to then searching for the Trap card here, which is going to be an additional send as well for that Howlet. It's going to be able to reset itself, which is pretty nice. So we do have multiple ways to reset cards. We're going to see the Adjusted Gold going to be banishing itself to summon. We're going to see the Necrom banishing itself to summon with the Adjusted Gold. And then we're going to be linking these two away for what should be a Moon here. I mean, we can go up into Requiem first and then go up into the sequence. We're going to go for a Moon now, and then we're going to be seeing... Yeah, we're supposed to go Requiem first and then go up into the Moon. Or the sequence there. So we have numerous cards we can put back, but that definitely is a little bit of a misplay on our part because we don't have another body to kind of go for here. So we're going to see Howlet Azamina putting back the Silvera, not the Silvera, but the other one there, the Searcher, the Bat chick, to add ourselves back to the hand. And with another card, we can play this combo correctly because we're not playing Lacrim at the time. This is like what I'm saying in the deck profile, like that you do miss out on some of these easy like combo pieces like that. We are going to be going for the effect of the Howlet Azamina once again here, and we can send to the graveyard the copy of the Trap card, send with the Silvera, which is going to be our second boss monster. It's going to be an Omni Negate, and then we're going to be setting the Trap from the graveyard because we have a level 6 or higher, or level 5 or higher illusion monster, so that's going to be pretty nice. We're then going to go for the Engraver summoning out itself by putting the Dust of Gold back into the deck, and then we're going to be activating the effect, allowing us to go up into a copy of Desiree, and this is going to be a third boss monster. Now, we really want to go for the Caesar in this deck, but with our way their hand kind of looked, we couldn't go for the Caesar in an easy line, so we're going to then see the sequence attached to the Desiree, and now we have another negate. We're going to go for the White Forest, allowing us to special summon out the copy of the Baphomet. And that's going to allow us to activate the effect, allowing us to search for the Gazelle alongside the Chimera Fusion once again. And this is really important because it also is going to be locking us into fusion monsters, which is why we couldn't do that earlier. For anyone wondering, like, why don't you just do that and then link those away? So that's kind of important. But then we're going to be seeing the Wanted banishing itself, putting back the Sinful Swells of the White Forest into the bottom of the deck, allowing us to draw an additional card. And then we're going to summon out the copy of the Big Ilzet, the anti-spell, because we have a Sinful Spells card in our graveyard, which is going to be the Deception. That's going to be a pretty rough card, playing against Melodious because they have their scales and they can't activate their scales from the hand. So that means no activation of the couplet for them, which is pretty hard from the beat. Honestly, yeah. Also being able to pop like Melodious like spells, having like the first movement solo or the copy of Ostinato is pretty nice. We're going to be seeing a set additional card, and then we're seeing Deception going to set itself during the end phase for follow-up here. So we have looking at an end board of Desiree for 2 in Azamina. The Azamina negates a Light and Dark Chaos Angel alongside this copy of the Elzat, being able to pop numerous cards. So normally we want to be negating with the Desiree first, and then we can pop using the sequence to the graveyard, popping the sequence with the Elzat being able to pop, or the Diabelle, I should say. I keep saying Elzat, but it's just big Elzat. But yeah, the anti-spell, we normally just pop one of their cards in our sequence, and then we can use the Fusion, Chimera Fusion, to use the Desiree alongside the Gazelle and the Baphomet to go up into a Guardian Chimera. And then we're going to be seeing that, being able to pop additional card, and we're going to be resurrecting an Illusion monster, and then also having the ability to send with the Desiree, because we already have that card in the graveyard, which is pretty nice, bouncing back that sequence to the extra deck. So there's lots of different lines that we can do here. We're going to see them set 2 cards, and then on that we're going to chain the Chimera Fusion. Now normally you don't do that here, but with this we can go up into a Guardian Chimera, popping 2, and then we're going to be seeing the Big Wing Baphomet going to be bringing back out that Ilzet once again, so having that pop, which is pretty nice. But yeah, the sequencing is pretty nice with our end board that we're looking at the way it is. That was uninterrupted, which is pretty crazy. When you look at like what that end board actually is, it's very hard to beat if there's no hand traps being dropped. But we're going to be seeing now going on to game 2. I don't think I would activate Prod of Prosperity, honestly. Now, like, we know what we're playing because it's not round 1 of locals. And also, Dave is one of my best friends. So, we kind of know what we're playing. He's been playing Melodious for a bit now, kind of the deck that he has. Playing, it's between that and like plants, and you're not really taking plants to a locals right now. You'll get absolutely demolished by the Mulch Army cards. So like, it is kind of unfortunate, like when we do summon out like the copy of Diabelles. Now we did draw it off the Wanted draw as well, which was like even rougher, because like normally we wouldn't end on that unless we find a way to like hard open it, and it just kind of like seals a deal versus Melodious. Regardless, we're going to be diving on to game 2 with Melodious going to be going first, hoping to open up a pretty good board. A lot shorter of a combo, I'm most likely going to be assuming. We do see a first movement solo going to be activated here, allowing us to summon from the deck, being a copy of the Soprano. Interestingly, we're choosing that one over the Aria. We're going to proceed to normal summon out a copy of Refrain. Refrain is going to let us search for the couplet, and then we're going to be continuing our combo through this. Now, doing the Soprano is going to allow us to play through another hand trap, which is interestingly enough, that, if other than the Imperm / Veiler kind of cards, but it's still going to be fine here no matter what we end up doing, because we're going to be able to eat one hand trap in this combo regardless. So we're going to be seeing the couplet not activate to summon out another one from the hand. We're going to go for the couplet search for Concerto. Concerto is going to activate the effect, allowing us to use both the Pendulum Scales going up from the Bacha. Bacha is going to activate the effect, as well as the Chain Link 2 and 3 of the couplet and Refrain. Now personally, I like to put the Bacha Chain Link 3, so if our opponent is dumb enough to Ash Blossom, then it's going to be a legal Ash, and it just hand loops themselves. So just personally, my choice is good luck negating the Bacha there. If you want to waste an Ash Blossom, feel free to do it. It's really good on like those simulators, which gives them the trigger to Ash, and they just throw away the Ash there. We're going to be seeing the Bacha summon out the copy of Aria now, and then we're going to be using the Soprano Diffusion summon into the Etoile. So what's really cool about this is that it is on their 5th summon here, so they're going to be able to play through Nibiru quite well. Now on the summon, I am thinking they're going to go Chain Link 1 of the couplet, Chain Link 1, the Bacha, summon back out. Chain Link 2, the Concerto. And I go Chain Link 3, the Veiler, on the copy of the Etoile. Now, if you're wondering why I do this, it's because I had Nibiru in the hand. I was hoping they were going to be banishing the Etoile and just letting it summon itself back out. But they opt to not do that there, which means it's going to be dying and then going to be able to kind of combo off later. So we're going to be seeing them set an additional card, and then we're going to go to the end main phase. We do hit them with a Nibiru there. The Aria is going to be gone now. At 12, we'll be able to activate the effect, allowing us to summon one from the extra deck or from the deck here, but it's not going to be the greatest now. You're most likely going to be summoning out like a copy of the Shiberta. Now there is a debate where you want to go for the level 7 from your deck, and that's going to be able to add back like the level 4. Then you can pendulum summon out the level 4, which can then add you back the refrain. So like there is some lines you want to be doing, and then this can let you have access to like having Arya in hand and then having a Shiberta on the field anyways, or even going up into like our Link monsters as well. That could be another option if we want to discard a card from the hand. We do hit 2 cards here, which are hopefully going to be good enough cards, but it's still not going to be the best. Now, we do summon Shiberta in the defense position as well, which is interesting enough because now Nibiru can beat over the Shiberta at any time. If we summon it into attack position, the Shiberta is going to be big enough so that normally our monsters cannot beat over it. Like, you have, for example, Diabellstar, which cannot beat over the Shiberta if it's an attack position here, but it doesn't look like it's going to make that much of a difference. We're going to be seeing the Diabellstar get hit with a Veiler, so discarding the copy of, I believe it was the Coatl. We then normal summon out the Mirror Swords Knight, activate the effect, and they do tribute for cost. Now we try to chain a copy of Cobble the Grave here, and we try to chain a Bestial Magnum on the Mirror Swords Knight to essentially prevent that Cobble the Grave from resolving, negating that Mirror Swords Knight. But the thing is, it still gets Mirror Swords Knight out of the graveyard, which is pretty nice, making that negate no longer being live, while we control the King of Mythical Beast, which is important to note. So we are going to be seeing that going to happen here, and we are going to be summoning out the copy of the Big Wing Bephermat. Then we're going to go Big Wing Bephermat 1, Magnema 2, and we get to search for the Fusion spell as well as the Gazelle here. Now we are locked into Fusion, which is very important because we did get to search off this, but we're going to be activating Chimera Fusion, and I believe we can still beat this with just the Fusion cards. Now we do have one card left face down here, and they are thinking on this. It has to be a Solemn Judgment to stop the Chimera Fusion from resolving, unless it's a D barrier. We're going to see a Judgment on the Chimera Fusion, essentially saying you are not Fusion summoning and you cannot add it back now. So good luck, unless you have like an Ozette in the hand. But I believe all we have is Gazelle left, so there's not going to be enough for us to do. So you're going to go Battle Phase, attack, Magnum will attack into the Shiberta. They do activate Shiberta, banishing our cards. And then we're going to be seeing the Nib attack over the token. And then we're going to be seeing Diabellstar alongside the Big Wing Bephermat, bringing them down to 100 life points here. So what's really funny about this is that we would have actually played the Gazelle instead of the Big Wing Bephermat and searched for the Chimera Fusion. We actually would have had enough for game on board if they would have just still judgmented that copy of Chimera Fusion, but we were not thinking about kind of an OTK or anything like that. Big Wing Bephermat definitely is a play there because it searches for both copies. Meanwhile, we would have just had to actually we couldn't even go activate Chimera Fusion. There's nothing we can fusion into. I guess we could have linked away and then played that way, but still, all of our link plays kind of gets hit with the Shiberta, so it definitely was not a line there. We are going to go up into their turn now. They're going to go for a Concerto search off the couplet, activating the cup of the Concerto here, allowing them to go into a Baka. Then we're going to be seeing the Refrain alongside the couplet, and the Baka once again going to all activate their effects, allowing us to summon from the deck. Most likely we should summon a Refrain. Refrain allows us to search for the couplet, and then letting us add back out or summon back out the copy of Shapina, and then Shapina will be able to add back out that Aria. But now we do have a Bestial in our hand, so it's going to be pretty nice for us to hit that Aria, making it so that we just can beat over things by battle in the long run here. They're going to go for the level 7 instead, and they go, do I know what you have in hand? And we go, yeah, we have these 2 known cards in hand. They do normal summon with the Refrain, which is definitely a better option if they have it in the hand already. You do not want to summon it off the copy of the Baka. On this, we are going to be hitting that Aria with that copy of Baldrake. And looking back, I probably should have chained it earlier because of the fact that I guess I didn't have any monsters, so I could not have. That makes more sense. So I can negate that. I guess I could just banish the Baka, negating the effect in the graveyard because he'll never be touching the graveyard there. Unfortunately for us, they are going to be able to still go up into the Étoile here, and Baldrake is not going to be triggering at this point. they pretty much always have a way to resolve this. So we do go for a attempt at Ball Drake. They're going to go Chainlink 1 of the Baka, Chainlink 2 of the Concerto, trying to draw a card. Chainlink 3 Ball Drake, sending the Diabellstar to the graveyard, kind of allowing us to play Diabellstar once again. And that's going to be targeting and trying to banish that Étoile. They are going to chain Étoile here, banishing just itself. Bouncing that Big Wing back to the hand. Which is going to be the perfect discard for that Ball Drake, FYI, for the Diabellstar, FYI. So we're going to be seeing the Ball Drake, or the Big Wing being sent off the Diabellstar now. Now looking back, they probably should not have bounced anything with the Étoile. They should have just left it on the field, making us having to discard the starter being the Gazelle. But in this case, it's going to just kind of punish them here. We're able to set a Deception, and if they don't clear all our monsters, we're now going to have Deception being able to tribute off, or even through one hand trap being able to Deception send off the Gazelle. So definitely not the greatest play looking back at them, but Melodious against a higher deck like this, which just has like so much gas, it's not easy. It's a really uphill battle for them. So we're going to be seeing them Pendulum Summon now, something with the Couplet as well as the Refrain, and I'm not exactly sure what this gets them. You know, we could see potentially a second Étoile, but it's pretty rough. We are going to be seeing the second Étoile being made, which is essentially going to be Étoile going to be accessed at all times. But they only have 100 life points left, and so like no matter what they do, they have to get rid of that Refrain. We're going to summon out the copy of the Sonata, and then we're going to go for Talents here. Talents going to take, and they're going to take the Diabellstar. This is going to allow them to beat over our stuff, make it so that there's nothing left on the field to essentially let them be able to take some damage. We're going to see the Ball Drake being destroyed by the Diabellstar, sending itself to the graveyard. You know, this essentially just trading our card for our card. And we're going to be seeing the Nib being beat over by the Étoile, and they're going to be passing turn with the Étoile summoning itself back onto the field. Now, we can't just go Battle Phase Attack, because they'll be able to just bounce back the Magnum with our hand. But we can go Normal Summon of Gazelle, activate the effect, allowing us to search for the level 5 Necrom or the Fusion here, depending on what we want to go for. We're going to go for the Chimera Fusion. Then we're going to activate the Chimera Fusion. That's going to allow us to use the Necrom that we end up drawing off this to go up into the Bephermat, and then we're going to be seeing the Bephermat alongside the Gazelle going to activate in the graveyard, allowing us to search for an illusion monster, and the game is essentially going to be over. We can up a Fiend being like an engraver here, as well as if you want to add back that Chimera Fusion once again. We're going to be actually dumping the Mirror Swords Knight here, going to be a negate to that copy of Étoile, and so now we essentially just have the game sealed. We're going to go for the Necron Banish to summon out the copy of the Adjusted Gold. And we have the Mirror Swords Knight to negate that Étoile here, allowing us to just play freely. We're then going to go up into the Requiem, and they just scoop it up, realizing the game is going to be lost. We're not going to let that Bephermat leave the field, making it so that negate is going to be always live. Then we're just going to go Battle Phase, attack, and just win a victory. So we see the Chimera deck end up taking the game here. After all, being able to dump from the deck any like Fiends, Illusion, or Beast Monster is absolutely crazy. All these cards are just insane. I love this deck so much. If you guys want to see more Chimera, let me know in the comment section down below. I really enjoyed this deck. One of my favorite decks I've played in so long. It reminds me a lot of Memento in the same way. Like you just like combo off all your pieces and play through that way. I just love these types of decks. Regardless, if you're watching the video, let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. To stay safe, peace.